Hi, welcome to Biz Jet TV. My name's Fab Poli, I'm your host, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the Bombardier Global 7500. Before I launch into talking to you about this amazing aeroplane, I just want to encourage you to subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. If it's your first time on Biz Jet TV, after watching this video, have a look at the other videos on there. I try and be as informative as I can, and if you want to have a private consultation with me, my email is below. It's fab@operability.com. Contact me, I'll schedule you in, and we'll have a conversation, and I'll be able to give you personal customized advice as far as your private jet purchase or lease is concerned. Now, just also want to mention my collaboration with the Billionaire Chronicle magazine. If you haven't seen this magazine, it's a great magazine with a lot of valuable content for business owners and entrepreneurs. So I encourage you to sort of click on the link below and go and have a look at the website, have a look at the magazine, and see if it's something that you have interest for. So let's go and have a look at the Bombardier Global 7500. Interesting story behind the name of the airplane. Originally, this airplane was called the Global 7000 because it was designed to fly 7,000 nautical miles. As the test pilots launched into the air to do the test flying, as you do before a new airplane is certified, they discovered the airplane had a 7,700 nautical mile range. So they got round the table and they said, well, you know, we can't really call it the Global 7000 if it actually has a 7,700 nautical mile range. So they rebaptized the airplane the Global 7500. Now, the other super characteristic of this airplane, besides the range, is also the speed. It's got a special swept wing on it, the way it's been designed, and it flies at 92% of the speed of sound. So it's very, very quick. It also flies high. You can cruise up to 51,000 feet. Cruising is usually around about 47,000 feet, which gets you above all the most of the bad weather around the world, and also above all the airline traffic. So if you are looking for direct routing, which gives you a few shortcuts, at 47,000 feet this is very possible. But if you're down at 35,000 feet where all the Lufthansas and Emirates and Virgin Atlantic sit, you know, it's quite crowded down there. So, you know, this airplane allows you to be above everybody else and also a lot quicker. So you've got the range, you've got the speed, and you've also got the altitude to stay above all the other traffic. Other interesting feature of this airplane is a steep approach. So it can land at an airport where a steep approach is required, like London City, or if you're operating into mountainous areas, a lot of the airports there do require steep approach, and some of these larger long-range private jets can't get into those airports. What Bombardier have done with the Global 7500, they built that feature into the airplane as well. Now let's go into the cabin. The cabin is a very large cabin, as you can see. At the back we have a stateroom with a shower, so you can go to bed, have a nice sleep, and then wake up, have a shower, and be fresh for your meeting on the other side of the world. And the other interesting feature, because this has a 7,000 plus mile range, the other problem, a big problem, which a lot of operators do go into when they're flying very long distance, is the pilot's duty time. So what Bombardier decided to do is they've put bunk beds on the airplane for the pilots. So if you're doing a very long range flight, you'll probably have 3 or maybe 4 pilots on board. So 2 will go to bed and have a sleep, just like with the airlines. A lot of airlines operate with bunk beds for their crews. The 777s do, Emirates does this on their A380s and the 777s. They have bunk beds for the crew in the back. So they're usually flying around with 2 sets of crew. And at a certain point during the flight, after maybe 8-9 hours, the pilots that were sleeping will get up nice and fresh and jump into the cockpit to take over, while the other guys go back and rest. This will give you rested pilots for the landing, which is really important, because pilot fatigue is one of the major causes of accidents these days. But you know, what Bombardier have done on this airplane is they've built this incredible feature in there. So they've got bunk beds for your pilots, so that's why we have bunk beds on board. Now let's jump into the cockpit, have a look what we've got in the cockpit here. We've got very modern avionics. The Vision cockpit is great for situational awareness. It also decreases the pilot workload. And for the first time on a Bombardier private jet, we have the side sticks and the fly-by-wire system. Now this is something that was introduced in the private jet world by Dassault with the Falcon 7X and then onto the Falcon 8X. Embraer followed with their Legacy 500 series, which now is called the Praetor 500 and 600. They introduced fly-by-wire side sticks, and so Gulfstream with the G500 and the G600. So side stick, the Bombardier have now joined the side stick club, as I call it. So that seems to be something that a lot of the manufacturers now moving into, is taking away the yoke from the pilots and introducing the side stick for them to fly. So that's really it. I mean, the price for this airplane is over $60 million to buy. They are new aircraft, so there aren't many, or I think there are maybe one or two pre-owned on the market, but because they're very, very new aircraft, you really need to go to Bombardier if you want a Global 7500. So it's a great airplane if you're looking, you need that kind of range and speed. This is a great airplane. It kind of competes, I think, with the Boeing business jet and the Airbus corporate jet, but this airplane has the speed that those other two airplanes do not have. It also flies at a higher altitude. So this is definitely something, if you're thinking Boeing business jet or Airbus corporate jet, you want to have a look at the Global 7500. Maybe speak to Bombardier about doing a demo flight and seeing if you like the cabin, if this is something that will work for you. But definitely an airplane, new category, let's say, of private jets, but something I think is going to do very, very well on the market. Well, that's all from me. If you haven't subscribed, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel and click on the notification bell, comment below, like this video, share this video, and that's all from Fab Poli at Biz Jet TV, and I'll see you on the next one.